The foundation of any good company, of any good podcast, of any organization that's functioning at a high level, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the interns, and we have that, and we interviewed two guys for you today that are very special to Be Different podcast. Meet Tom and meet Pat.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Pat.
And we are the Be Different interns.
So interns, what surprised you most when you met the Be Different podcast for the first time?
I thought that Brad was a lot nicer of a person. That's how it seemed.
Yeah, I would say the timeliness and organization was surprising to me as well. Always on time and definitely organized. That's a strong suit.
Do you guys have any complaints about your current position as interns with Be Different?
My starting salary was fairly low, but I mean, I'm working towards it. I mean, you got to start somewhere in this industry, so you just build up from there, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd agree. The whole unpaid part, rough.
Unpaid?
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
All right.
What do you think makes you a valuable intern?
Where do I start on that one?
My smile. Definitely my smile. I think I bring a positivity to this place that was much needed.
Indeed. I think the peacemaker aspect, there's a little bit of tension sometimes, maybe in the mornings. I think that's helpful for this podcast, especially.
So I think the real question for you guys is, does it go up from here? Or is this the pinnacle of your professional career?
Anything's possible. We're going to be the biggest podcast in the world. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it physically doesn't go up from here either. We're on, the 10th floor. So, I don't know. Probably lateral moves after this for my career.
And to all the other interns that want to be a part of the Be Different podcast, can you explain to them just how challenging it is to become a part of this crew?
Yeah, it's a tough process. You have to find Brad on Twitter and send him a DM and say, hey, I'm halfway through college.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're in.
You also have to wake up at a decent time in the morning, and I think that those two got it covered, I think.
Yeah. I'm free at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. It's the intern special. We are working with our interns throughout all of these interviews. You already kind of met Tom and you kind of met Pat, but now we're going to really get to know these guys. We're going to get an understanding of who they are, maybe what they want to be, maybe where they've been, and also talk about how just positive their whole experience has been with the Be Different podcast. So with that being said, we're going to welcome in Patrick Michael McGuire.
It's me.
Some people will call him Patty Mac as well. Pat, welcome. Welcome to the on-air version of the Be Different podcast.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here, Brad.
Damn right it's a privilege to be here.
An absolute suck-up. I love it.
And then finally, Nick Given and Greg Wichard are here as well. And Nick, a lot of people have been saying that you are no longer a part of the team. Are you still
I'm in my phase-out process.
That is hard to take. I know that's not true. And Greg, you've continued to be a warrior, so there's been no one asking questions.
I've been phasing out pretty hard, but
okay. So it sounds like
I want to address something that happened in the intro when they were complaining about their compensation packages.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you guys do it for no money,
Indeed.
and we do it for negative dollars. So I'd like to let that be addressed for the people that this costs us money to do, and I just want people to know that.
That's good. That's good. So Pat, why don't you explain who the heck are you? Why are you here? How the heck did you? I mean, where are you from, Pat?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, originally, and went to school here at Xavier. You might be familiar with that school.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Just graduated actually in May. Communications studies major. Also classics, but no one knows what that is. That's Latin and Greek. That's really not quite useful at the current moment.
I took 2 years of Latin in high school.
Yeah, I took. Yeah, same here. Do
Carpe
you use it
diem.
every day? Right.
Yeah.
Carpe diem.
Do you know more than Carpe Diem?
Not anymore.
That's
Not anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I do
sounds about
either.
right.
But yeah, so communications was kind of the avenue I wanted to go with. I knew in high school, I think you're about to get to it, but I did sports broadcasting in high school and just kind of fell in love with being around sports and just talking about sports in general. And
just sports in general, nothing particular? Do you have a sport that you enjoy more than anything else?
Baseball is my favorite sport for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I grew up.
That makes sense, though. It makes sense.
It's kind of a dying sport.
Yeah, but he loves the classics.
Yeah, I love anything that's
and
just fading away.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a classic.
So
fair.
That's definitely fair. I would say baseball for sure, and then basketball would be my second one. I was never good at either, so I felt like talking about them would be better.
Yeah.
So then the communications route was.
That's what Brad realized.
Kind of. Yeah, it took
Kinda,
a
a
while.
little bit.
But yeah, it took a while.
Mr. Basketball.
I'm still turning the corner.
After Mr. Basketball, did you figure it out?
Yeah, after I won Mr. Basketball, then I'm like, man, this basketball
Gotcha.
thing really isn't
Yeah,
really
no, not
isn't
for
for
you,
me.
no.
So who was your team growing up?
I would say the Cleveland Indians.
All right.
For sure. Omar Vizquel, my favorite player of all time, still to this day.
I used to play with him a
Shortstop.
lot in MLB '98.
Really?
Were you born in 1998?
I was 2 years old, depending
Yeah.
on the day.
So how?
Funny story, though, my about baseball. In '96, my mom went into labor at opening day for the Cleveland Indians with me.
Wow, so that could very well speak to
Yeah.
your love for baseball.
That's
You were
what I like to
born
say
on
anyway.
opening day.
Yeah.
Did they win?
I don't know.
Probably-
it was
probably
against
not.
It was
We-
against the '96 Yankees. So
we
I
need
don't
to figure
lose.
that
So
out.
the chance
Right.
of them winning at that time, probably low.
Yeah.
Low to very low.
Was
Low
was
to very low.
was? Do you remember Kenny Lofton being an
absolutely.
Indian? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Kenny
Kenny
Lofton
Lo-
was the only true good Indian.
Omar Vizquel
whoa,
was pretty
Manny
good,
Ramirez
too.
was pretty good.
But
Here's-
Manny won his titles with Boston, didn't he?
That's
I mean,
true.
he was
I mean, we
still-
didn't win
yeah.
any for Cleveland, but
That's what I meant.
Good
We'll get there with
player.
Tom in a minute.
Jim Tomei.
Titletown over there. Yeah, that's right.
Long ball Tomey.
He was
Long
awesome.
ball.
Love Jim Tomey.
Yeah, home run derby and all the MLB
Yeah.
games. He
Oh,
he
yeah.
went every time.
No, he was
Awesome.
pretty good.
So what's next for you? What's
yeah,
the
where
goal?
do you?
What-
Where I mean,
Right.
I feel like it's hard to even think about your life past interning for the Be Different
Yeah.
podcast. So,
I mean,
not that we really care what happens to you, but yeah, why don't you?
yeah, retire with the podcast, just go off into the sunset, Ideally, I'm doing sports broadcasting. I actually will be doing that like freelancing. I'll have a freelance broadcasting job for a high school in Cleveland that I'll be doing, Cleveland Heights High School.
Wait, so you're leaving Cincinnati?
I'll be, so I'm...
we haven't
he's
talked about
breaking
it.
Hold on a
it.
He's
second.
breaking it
Are
on
you
air.
quitting right
breaking
now?
news. No. So I just got a short-term job with the Reds, too. So I'll be awkwardly here
Oh,
until
no.
like September 30th.
Do you think it's
And
awkwardly
then-
here or awkwardly there?
I'll be back and forth. That's the
Or is it
problem.
awkward that you're essentially quitting?
He's
on-
quitting right
on the
now.
air right
Quitting
now?
on air. No. But,
That's what it sounds like, though.
I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Do you have any broadcasters that you really enjoy listening to?
As a homer, Tom Hamilton, the radio
Mm.
broadcaster, for the Cleveland Indians, we would listen to it. We would mute the TV and put on Hamilton and listen to the ball games. But I would say, that's the number one that comes to mind. I feel like Dickie V's got a special place in my heart just because, the passion that he brings to the game, not necessarily for the clarity of his broadcasting skills, but just the energy and
seem to
love
be-
pure love of the game.
Yeah. So have you ever tried to do an awesome baby?
I have not.
I kind
It
of like to hear
Mm.
it.
is
Or a
now
diaper,
the
a
t-
little
A diaper dandy?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
It's good stuff.
If you want to do it, the floor
Or
is yours.
Boomer with
Right
the
now.
back.
Oh,
You right?
man.
It's
With the
Well,
home
yeah,
run
I
derby?
could- the Dickie. We can do a Dickie V though. Nick, you can probably do a good Dickie V.
I
I
don't-
think you most resemble Dickie V because the two
Because
of you
of my
do not-
hair?
Oh,
Because of my hair?
You guys are both bald.
Yeah, that's
True.
it. You look more like his
Commonality.
grandson than I could ever.
There is
I have pigment
Okay.
in my skin. You don't. Look
Pat-
at. Just come on.
Pat. Who looks more like Dickie V?
Oh, man.
Brad Redford, Nick Given.
I don't think it's even close.
I don't
Either
see
do I.
any resemblance either way.
Either way,
You look
it's
like
awesome, baby.
the audio.
It's
people.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not you.
You diaper dandy. It's awesome, baby.
That doesn't sound like him.
That
either.
doesn't sound like Dickie
Not
V.
really.
I think it does. Didn't sound like Dickie V at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
I can't say.
I thought I did. So what brand are you gonna go with? Because Hamilton versus Dickie V. I mean, that's a completely different genre.
Right, right.
Who do you want to be? What kind of character do you want to be on air?
Man, that's what I got to figure out.
You
I
gotta
guess.
keep going.
You got to be your own voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the key to getting better with anything. You got to continue to do it,
Yeah. That's true.
and you'll
Get as
find
many
it.
reps as you can. So.
Absolutely. Well, Pat, we are hopeful that the Be Different podcast at least is a launch pad for you and your career as you move forward from Xavier. And we truly feel like you're going to find that
Thank
step
you.
by step. You might have some ups, then you're going to have some downs. But at the end of the day, Pat,
I'm
the
still
Be Different podcast has your back. We have full confidence
Be
in
different
you.
intern till the end.
Absolutely. And we'll get you a T-shirt before the end of your internship.
Perfect.
too.
And if you're a great intern, a tattoo, but whatever. We'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
absolutely.
Get
Greg,
that
any
figured
parting words for our intern who we now know is leaving in about 4 weeks?
Apparently quitting.
I'm not.
Doing a great job, Pat.
Thanks.
All right, Pat. See you, brother.
Tommy boy, you're up.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
man.
That was good. Nice job. That was fun. Be Different Podcast is bringing in yet another intern, and this is Tom. I'm not going to say his last name. I'm not going to say it. I can't do it. So his nickname here at the podcast is Tom the Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard dog.
And he's the Junkyard Dog because he gets a lot of work done. So Tom, welcome into the on-air side of the Be Different Podcast. You look good. And actually, Tom, a lot of the times that I see you, you normally have glasses on, but no glasses for you right now. I know you have them close by.
Yeah, only when I'm driving.
You wanted the ladies to see your eyes.
They're not good eyes, but you can take a look at them.
I think you got some nice eyes. And Tom, you have been in many ways holding a deep, dark secret that nobody knows about. I mean, you have been hiding behind a computer, a phone. I don't know.
Right.
Some people
Empowered by a keyboard.
Some people across the Twitterverse have been calling you a fraud. I mean, there's a lot here to unpackage.
I guess so.
There is a lot to unpackage, and we're going to get to it as we go through the interview. But I do want to make sure the people know that there is a big secret coming from Tom the Junkyard Dog. But Tom, first of all, you're not from this country.
No.
Where the heck are you from, Tom?
I am from England, London.
England.
Yes.
Your accent is not that
No,
thick.
I know.
It's
That's
not
the
that
worst.
strong.
That's the worst part about it is I came and lost the accent.
So you're saying
That sucks.
That's the worst
so
part.
you're saying that you had the accent and then now you've lost it.
No, it's already starting to sound like I'm a fraud, but I can show you my green
See
card.
what I mean? I mean, this 50-50 ball with Tom the Junkyard Dog.
I can show you my green card. I don't know what else.
So why did your family move here? Is your family all from England?
All of us are, yeah.
All of you.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
then-
so we moved because of my dad's work.
What does your dad do other than being a fraud like his son?
Yeah, no, he works at a toy company. He's like a big Santa Claus. He works at Hasbro.
Okay.
How long is it? I thought you were going to say Toys R Us and I was just say Jesus.
No, he's
Come
out of a job
on.
now.
Hey,
So-
come on, too soon?
Get way too soon.
Come on.
Toys R
How
Us
was
will always
Christmas?
have a safe spot.
As
in
a
my
kid,
heart.
did you just get
Christmas?
loaded up with presents?
It was less Christmas and more whenever Hasbro had a toy that they couldn't.
So you had
release.
Christmas like every month.
Maybe, yeah. I got
Oh.
a bunch of toys that weren't out yet.
Interesting.
What a great childhood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
So then, Tom, you guys moved to Rhode Island, England to Rhode Island.
Yeah, biggest city in the world to the smallest state in the country. Yeah, culture shock.
How was that?
No, I mean, I was 7, so I don't really. I didn't even when I moved. I didn't even hear a difference in accents. Like it wasn't even like a thing.
Yeah. So you're an East Coast guy now.
But that's kind of sucked that you get to college, you tell people you're from England,
Right. I
and
mean,
you don't have the accent for the chicks.
yeah, they don't believe it.
That sucks.
Yeah, you got to bring the accent back.
I'll call my mom and listen to my mom's accent.
You-
She
you-
has one.
Yeah.
Still.
Listen to my mom.
You're definitely
gotta
picking
work
up
well.
way more chicks with those glasses and the accent.
Absolutely.
And then you're picking up chicks all day.
I'll get on that.
All day. Get to it.
Just start working on the accent.
I'm there.
Yeah, and then you can get to U Station. You can take advantage of your Saturdays by the pool.
It's a good
It'll
time.
put you in a good spot. We're just trying to help you out, Tom. That's what we do
To
I'll be
live
a
your
little
best
different.
life.
as mature, tenured podcasters. Is we're making sure that our interns are prepared for a better life, and maybe not make some of the
Right.
mistakes
With glasses and
that
get an
we have
accent
made.
going.
Because God knows I've made some mistakes, Tom. So ask me any questions. Nick's made a lot of mistakes.
Fair bit of mistakes.
Greg, not as many, but a few.
All right.
So I think Nick
Greg hides them
probably
better than
initially the
most.
best resource for mistake making, game
Absolutely.
planning, and then Brad probably followed by Greg.
Okay.
in
I'll take third place in that.
in a distant third. So Tom, your background is a little bit interesting. You're a very confusing person.
Yeah, definitely.
I've known you for 3 months, and the more I get to know you, the less I feel like I know you.
Yeah,
So
that's the one.
I asked Tom to send me over yesterday like a little bio about him, and he sends me what we've talked about briefly. Also that he's a fraud, which we'll get into. And then he said he's worked with artists on album covers, including at one time worked with B.O.B.
Yeah.
And
What?
And
Mhm.
so I just don't understand how
Who the hell are you?
I don't understand how this comes through in like a very like short, concise 2-3 sentence text message. Yet this is nothing that Tom has brought to the table. Tom also knows I'm an aspiring rapper and has never offered to do any sort of album art
Yeah,
for me.
right?
So I'm not really sure what Tom does. Tom, explain how.
How that happened?
Yeah,
Uh,
like what kind of artists are we talking about? Like violinists? Are we talking?
Oh no,
then-
most
okay.
of it was like rappers
Okay.
and stuff like that. But I started like in high school. I think my sophomore year, I took a graphic design class.
Oh, thanks for all the shit that you're pumping out for us. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Well, ask a little more, and I'll do a little more.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. There you go, Tom.
And then and then I just learned. I kind of just picked it up, and I got obsessed with it and started designing album covers. He didn't reach out to me. He put out like a song. The song was called "Through My Head," and I designed it in class, and I just tweeted it at him. And then the next day, I was on the toilet, and my phone started blowing up. I was like, "Oh shit."
While-
Yeah,
oh
no.
shit! While taking a shit,
Yeah.
B.O.B. just tweeted me out.
Yeah, but and
So
then,
he retweeted it,
so
or he took it and used it.
So he retweeted it. He saved the picture, put it on his Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then
It's pretty cool.
yeah, that was a lot.
Is
Of,
B.O.B. still alive?
well, he thinks Earth is flat.
Yeah.
And he
Oh, he's one of those.
yeah. I mean, Kyrie Irving.
Just like your
thinks
boy
it.
Kyrie.
Yeah, so I think it too. Anything Kyrie does, I do.
Well, let's get to that. You know, you're a Boston Celtics guy now.
Yeah.
You're a Bostonian. You're a guy that bleeds green and white. You're a guy that watches highlights of Larry Bird. You're a guy that was so excited when we had Jeff Goodman on recently that you've done something about this.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want to share. I
No, I
obviously
mean,
know
I-
this can be a difficult.
Is this your
subject for
coming
you,
out
so,
party?
yeah, I want you to feel comfortable.
Well, my friends know I have it. It's just the people who follow me don't know who I am.
Oh wow, this sounds like a coming out party.
Sounds like a coming out party.
Are you coming
Yeah.
out?
I don't know if that's the way I want to say it, but but yes, I do have a Twitter account with a few followers.
A few.
Yeah.
You got a few followers here.
Yeah.
Over 30,000.
So what's the account
over
called?
31,000.
Celtics Junkies.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Celtics.
31.6 thousand.
junkies. 31.6 thousand followers. When did you start this?
Oh, 2015.
All right. How did you start this? Why did you start it? What happened here?
I don't know why I started it, but I did start it. And then I made designs for all the rookies that were like on the team. So at the time, James Young was on the team. And I made like a design. And I would use like their per 36 stats. Because I was trying to get the guys that didn't really have good stats because they were retweeting. And per 36 makes a lot of people look good. So I did it for James Young. He retweeted me a bunch. Terry Rozier used to retweet me, but he's big now.
He's big time.
Yeah,
that's why
he
he's,
is.
I'm wearing
that's
his
why
shirt.
he's on your shirt.
Yeah, hopefully he stays. And there were like a few other rookies at the time that I don't think are in the league anymore.
So that was how you initially got your start. Those guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't tweet anything besides like a graphic and tag the player. So if you go back to my very first tweets, that's all it was.
So how long did it take you to get to 1,000?
Oh, I don't really know. I wasn't really counting followers. I was counting retweets. I don't really look at likes, followers.
Because some of your retweets, you got like thousands of retweets.
Yeah, my most is 13.7, which, welcome to Twitter. Everybody steals it from you.
And you were very upset about one last week. You had one that was
Yeah,
stolen
no, I had
from
one
you
about
from
Colin Sexton. Everyone was replying with the DMs showing me that WorldStar took it, like these Vine accounts took it.
WorldStar took
The
it?
Score took it, and they're like an actual business.
Wow.
Pissed.
Think you need to get a lawyer, Tom.
I know.
I
But you
think
can't-
we need to
You
get that
can't,
out
though.
there.
It's just Twitter.
Yeah, you can't like copyright the fact that I wrote Colin Sexton's name with quotation marks.
Yeah.
Can you put a little TM next to it every time
Well,
you
no,
tweet?
because they literally what they do is they just copy, paste it, and that's what they do. And some of them took screenshots and just put it on Instagram. It's hopeless. But I mean, I take videos from the Celtics so people can take words from me.
Oh.
That is true. You do a lot of stealing yourself, so it's
Yeah.
you got to look in the
Oh,
mirror.
he
Tom.
borrows, they steal.
You got to look in
Yeah.
the mirror, Tom.
He
Wow.
borrows, they
I
steal.
couldn't imagine anyone stealing from you. I would never steal from you,
Yeah, that's it. That definitely.
other than your time.
Yeah.
We steal the shit out of your time.
5 a.m. No,
Other
I mean,
than
like,
your-
I'm not doing anything at 5
Other than
a.m.
your time, I wouldn't steal anything else from you, Tom.
I'll have to check
Well, we've
my wallet when I
appreciated
get
it.
to the
We've
car.
appreciated having you on.
Yeah, you really have done a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're proud of you.
We're gonna
Thanks,
need some
Dad.
more. We're gonna need some more cover art.
Yeah,
That's for sure. We'll talk about
And
that.
B.
And-
Scott.
What's that?
B. Scott.
Well, B. Scott definitely needs cover art. And then, let's get the BeDFRNT podcast at 31,000 followers, Tom. I mean, slacking over here.
Try my best.
Touche.
We'll get there, though, We'll get
Kevin
there.
Garnett said anything's possible.
Wait. Also, wait a minute. Are you quitting too, or is it
So,
No, I'm here for the long run. I don't know where I'm going to end up after college.
okay?
Okay, so Pat said he's quitting end of September. Yeah, I mean, so then
I'm here.
you're here still, so right? Because you have
I'm
another.
loyal.
So because you have another year in college,
Yeah.
and then after that, you'll be full time with the BeDFRNT podcast.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's the goal.
Maybe. Maybe. So that's what we're hoping for. Tom, that was fantastic. Tom's a very interesting character.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an
England,
hour-long special.
England, Rhode Island,
Once he
Boston Celtics.
once he starts telling me about
B.O.B.,
I don't understand.
Got a
anymore.
little bit confused there, Tom. That's why people call you a fraud. I don't think you're a fraud. I just think you're a confused young man.
Yeah, I guess. I'm still learning.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you for all that you do. You will continue to be a large part of this organization
You bet.
as long as Nick Given decides to be a part of it. But that was our intern special. Tom, the Junkyard Dog, wrapping it up. We'll see you guys.
Peace.